We're back in Puerto Banús asking entrepreneurs how they became successful.
Let me talk about Marbella. We cannot do something unique because already some other people are doing it. But there's a lack of customer service here.
How was it balancing two companies at once?
It's fucked up.
Yeah, I can imagine, yeah.
Yeah, I work like 18 hours when I'm done like.
Wow, 18 hours a day.
Yeah.
There's no space for embarrassment in business. Just go for it. If it fails, it fails.
Yeah.
If you win, you win.
Don't rush, don't push. Pushing things, sometimes you make things worse.
We're going to be asking them how they started their businesses and if they have any advice or inspiration for the younger generation trying to build their very own businesses too.
All right then, let's get into it. Okay, so I'm here with
Yegor.
and I'm asking what you do to have such a nice car.
I'm a criminal lawyer. I have my own law firm in Madrid and in Puerto Banús. So that's all. I studied law.
Wow, okay. How did you get into that?
I studied on the university like for 4 years. Then I did the Masters of Law.
Yep.
And then I worked for another lawyer. And like 2 years ago, I started my own law firm and everything's going okay. So.
Very nice. And did you start it originally in Madrid or did you start it first here?
I have another partner.
Yep.
So we are two and he's in Madrid and I'm in Marbella. But when there is something important in Madrid, I also go. For example, this Monday I go to Madrid. Maybe I stay there like 1 week, but I'm living here.
Okay, nice. And what was the hardest part from going from doing it for someone else to starting it as your own business?
Maybe the hardest part is maybe the treat with the client because you have to explain to him that maybe can go into prison. You have to be honest with him. Mm-hmm. And in Spain, the procedure like maybe is for 5 years at least. And you have to be more than a psychologist than a lawyer.
Yes,
maybe.
Okay.
That's the hardest part.
Nice. And with the last question, if you had one message to inspire the younger generation trying to build wealth, start their own business, what would that be?
Maybe focus in one specific project, work hard on that. Maybe for some years you have to learn from others. Because I think that alone you cannot get anything in life. Mm-hmm. And then run your own project and try to focus on that and to believe on yourself.
No, that's amazing. Thank you very much.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
A criminal lawyer, starting his journey by firstly working for someone else and then finding out, actually, there's a gap in the market for me to work for myself. It was also really interesting to hear that he doesn't only own a business in one location, but he's also expanded to 2. Now let's see who else we can find.
So I'm here with...
Okay, this is Noah.
And you told us that you have a barbershop, right?
Yes.
In the Marbella area.
Tell us a little bit.
Yeah, tell us a little bit how you managed to start that or where you started with that.
The thing is, this place that I have, it's been there for the last 10 years. So it was a good idea. There was any English barbers around here at all because the Spanish people or Moroccans, they were not used to these kind of areas that most people who live around here, they are international, they're from Norway, from Scotland. Where are you from yourself?
England, actually.
England,
yeah.
English or Irish. So that was the first proper barber shop I made.
Yeah.
I did here.
You saw an opportunity, basically. That There's no one really doing English kind of barbers around here.
It wasn't that time. That time we were the best one, the biggest one with the bar in the middle.
A bar in the middle.
Great concept. We have last summer we had King of Qatar came to our shop.
Really? And did you cut his hair?
I mean, one of my barbers did.
Nice.
But he was there with his bodyguards, and we get football players and everything. It's the most famous one actually. Right?
Nice one. Okay, awesome. And what would you say to someone as a piece of advice that's trying to start being a barber or trying to start their own shop?
Marbella?
Anywhere. Anyone that's trying to look for inspiration on what to do.
I think at the end, let me talk about Marbella.
Sure.
Marbella, there are many businesses like you can't find you cannot do something unique because already some other people are doing it.
Of course.
But there's a lack of customer service here, good customer service.
Yeah.
Reliability, it doesn't exist here.
Yeah.
Because of the lifestyle, you see people go drinking and this and that. Tomorrow they miss their appointments, their bookings and all that. So these two are the main things, important things. If you want to have a successful business in Marbella, then these two are the most important things.
Okay.
Reliability and being, what do you call it?
A good customer service,
Good
right?
customer
Like
service,
being nice to the people that come to you and giving them a good service, right?
Professional.
Yes.
Being professional, not only being nice. Being professional. You can't find many places here.
Okay.
Barbershop, restaurants, whatever. Any business based on services, you know.
Well, thank you very much for speaking. It's been a pleasure to speak.
Thank you.
The guy that I just spoke to owns one of the most popular barbershops in Puerto Banús. He saw a gap in the market where there's no English barbers in Puerto Banús, and he came over and started it himself. His biggest piece of advice was customer service. Treat your customers with respect and professionally. I'm here with...
My name's Casey Jackson. What's your name?
My name's Alfie. Thank you for asking.
Alfie. No problem.
Now, Casey Jackson, I know you're an entrepreneur.
Of course.
What do you do? What is it that you do?
So I started up a marketing company a couple months ago, actually.
Yeah.
Yes. So we do all types of things from social media marketing, content creation for businesses, and then also lead generation for them as well.
Awesome. And how did you start that?
So I kind of dropped out of school quite early at 16, which in the UK, you're not allowed to do till you're 18.
Of course.
But yeah, so then I started working numbers of jobs from construction to also working in hospitality as well, like restaurants and stuff. So, and that's really where I gained sales experience because you're speaking to people all day, every day.
Yeah.
And then I was kind of like, I also worked one corporate job as well. And I realized that wasn't really for me. I like to be quite on my feet, walking around, and I like depending on myself. So then I actually started up this marketing business doing lead generation to start cold calling all day, every day, 250 a day, sometimes 150 a day. And I wasn't really getting anywhere. Mm-hmm. And then I spoke to my grandpa and he's like, you got to try until you find what works. So I tried loads of different things, email marketing, SMS marketing, cold calling, and then I finally stumbled across actually cold approaching. So I would walk into businesses, pitch my services on my Meta glasses, which I spent my last 300 quid on, and then I got my first client in 4 days that way, and then it kind of just grew that way, and I just kept on going out, getting referrals. I mean, the first client I ever worked for was for like £500, and they didn't stay after the first month, but I gained so much experience from it. It was absolutely amazing.
Yeah. And so you said that you gained most of your clients. You realized, right, I can actually cold approach and go into a company. So you were walking right into the company.
Yes, exactly.
Them, right? How was that? Obviously, you have to have a lot of confidence to do something like that. So what was that like? Was you always a confident person, or was it just, I have to do this?
Well, look, I am quite a naturally confident person. I've always been able to speak quite well. Like I said, working in hospitality in front of people, you learn how to speak to people quite quickly, especially adults as well, because that's the main people we're dealing with here.
Yeah.
And then, it's nerve-wracking to go in there, but you have to keep trying till you find what works. And my grandfather, he also said to me, there's no space for embarrassment in business. And that kind of just stuck with me, I suppose. And then I just kept on going from there, and it started branching out, I suppose.
That's amazing, man. This is such an inspirational story.
Thank you very much.
The last thing I'm going to ask you is what kind of advice would you give to any upcoming entrepreneurs if you could tell them anything?
Advice? I mean, just go for it while you're young. You have time, I suppose. I mean, I'm not the most business, I haven't been in business for that long, but I suppose just go for it. If it fails, it fails. Yeah. If you win, you win.
Yeah.
And that's how it is.
Amazing. Well, thank you very much for chatting.
Thank you,
It's been a
Alfie.
pleasure.
Likewise.
Casey, only 19 years old, and he owns a marketing agency. He said he actually tried to start gaining clients by doing cold calls, but then he actually realized that the best way to gain clients was by doing cold approach. So going into businesses and talking to the owners there and then, trying to get their contacts and then pitch them that way instead. He also said he uses the Meta glasses to record his cold approaches, and that also gains him more attraction on social media, also gaining more clients.
Okay, so I am here with,
Ismail,
and I'm asking what you do to have such a nice car.
I have two companies in Denmark. I have a transport company and a dessert house in Denmark.
And which one did you start first out of interest?
Transport company.
Transport. How did you get into it?
I was working at transport when I was 18 years old, and then I saw the opportunity to start my own, and then I started my own.
Well, at 18, and then you saw the opportunity. What age was you when you found the opportunity?
Like 20 years.
Wow, okay. And how did you start that? I bet it was quite difficult at the beginning.
It's not difficult. You just need to work hard and not be. You can't think about getting money in the start. You just need to work, and then get some money.
Yeah. And I guess when you started building that, you then made the other company.
Yeah.
And how was it balancing two companies at once?
It's fucked up.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah.
Yeah. I work like 18 hours when I'm in Denmark.
Wow, 18 hours a day.
Yeah.
Wow. And how old are you now, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 23.
23, and already two businesses and working that hard.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And because you're so young, I wondered if you had a message for the younger generation also trying to build wealth, trying to do what you're doing now, what would that be?
Just start something, just begin with something and just work. You
Yep.
can't just be sitting at home and waiting for the opportunity.
Yep. That's amazing. No, thank you very much. At 23 years old, he owns 2 businesses. Now, of course, he says he's working a lot of the time, but he's certainly reaping the rewards. He likes to keep himself off of social media and live in the moment, which I think is very admirable, considering that a lot of people live to post on social media rather than living through their actual life experiences. He even took us out in his Porsche. A really nice guy on camera and off camera, and I wish him all the best in the future.
So I'm here with,
Radek.
and we see you've got a really nice Mustang here. What did you do, or what do you work in to have a car like this?
I working with tattoo industry since 25 years.
Wow, amazing. And how did you get into that?
I started tattooing when I was 18.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. And when did you know that? Do you do this for yourself? Obviously, I guess tattooing is like a self-employed sort of thing. Or do you have shops, or how is it?
I started with tattooing, but later I start tattoo supplies. So we supply needles and inks machines worldwide to most countries on the side where is tattooing popular.
Amazing. And how did you gain customers doing that? What was your biggest key to gaining customers through that?
Be honest, be kind, and wait.
Nice one. And is your locations in Poland also?
Yeah, South
Awesome.
Poland, Krakow.
Nice one. And apart from that, I just want to ask you a last question. What is the best piece of advice that you would give to an upcoming entrepreneur?
Don't rush, don't push. Things came themselves. Sometimes if you see any limitation, it means they should stop you with make mistakes.
Yeah.
Just listen your stomach and just listen the sounds around, because, pushing things, sometimes you make things worse.
Yeah.
And greed for cash is sometimes works against good business.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you very much for speaking. It's been a pleasure. We just spoke to the owner of Quadron, one of the biggest tattoo supply companies globally. Me and George both have tattoos, and he actually said to us that our tattoos were probably done by his equipment, which is absolutely insane. We're here in Marbella, and we've just found someone that is of a huge caliber. It just shows by being extroverted and trying to go out there and talk to people who you can actually meet.
Well, I hope you enjoyed and was inspired by that, because we certainly were. Again, it just boils down to hard work and dedication, and manifest everything that you want to achieve.
Yeah, and we keep hearing the same thing from each entrepreneurs. Literally just stick to what you're doing. Comment down below questions that you think we should ask the entrepreneurs, and if you enjoyed it, leave a like and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next one.
Thank you.